General Hospital spoilers. Kristina helps Ava cover up Rick's murder? General Hospital, GH. Spoilers hint that all arrows are pointing to the idea that Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, may help Ava Jerome, Maura West, cover up Rick Lansing's recursed murder during the week of August 25th. Considering the bad blood and history between these two women, it sounds like an outrageous idea. However, plot twists like this are what soap opera storyline dreams are made of. This week's GH preview shows Ava getting into a heated argument with Rick in Alexis Davis's Nancy Lee Grahn home, and Kristina has a front row seat to it all. There might be a part of Kristina that loves the fact that Ava and Rick are going at it, but when the proverbial poop hits the fan, she may wish she had never witnessed what is about to go down. Ava and Rick will fight over who turned on each other first, as both were aiming to stab each other in the back. When Rick's banter gets too much for Ava, she'll knock him over the head with the closest home decor piece, a solid steel ball that she finds on Alexis's table stand. The promo shows Rick getting knocked out cold, and Kristina sitting there speechless and in shock. There's even a clip that reveals a bad and bloody bump on the back of Rick's neck, so things don't look good for the shady lawyer. Of course, the next scene shows Danny Morgan, Asher Antonazan, and Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, as the teens enjoy some downtime at the docks, and Danny spots a body floating in the water. The ABC soap seems to imply that Rick's days in Port Charles are numbered, and if this is because of Ava, she'll have to face some major consequences for her actions. But will she? Sure, Kristina was a witness to Ava's wrongdoing. However, Ava still has evidence that Kristina cut the brakes on Rick's car, which caused the horrific accident he and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, had some months ago. Plus, Ava may sweeten the blackmailing pot by threatening Kristina that she'll throw Alexis under the bus for stealing from the Cassadine estate. Kristina has mentioned multiple times in the past about how Ava should pay for her role in Morgan Corinthos's Brian Craig passing, as well as baby Irene Davis Ashford's Adela. The irony would not be lost on anyone if Ava caused Rick's demise and Kristina was forced into a situation where she had to help her biggest nemesis cover it up. General Hospital spoilers remind fans these promos can often be a tad misleading, so there's always a chance the body Danny and Rocco see isn't Rick's, and maybe the attorney ends up in a coma or with some sort of memory loss. CDL offers sizzling General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates, so swing by often, get comfy, and catch up on all the best GH intel on the web. Port Charles is never short on scandals, secrets, and shocking alliances, and the latest whispers suggest a new and dangerous partnership could be brewing. Recent General Hospital spoilers tease that Ava Jerome may soon find herself entangled in yet another deadly mess. And this time, it might be Kristina Corinthos Davis who steps in to help her by covering up a murder. Ava's dark pattern. Anyone who's followed Ava Jerome over the years knows that trouble clings to her like perfume. Whether it's her scheming to hold onto power, her disastrous love affairs, or her knack for crossing the wrong people, Ava rarely keeps her hands clean. Now, rumor has it she could be staring down her biggest crime yet, the murder of Rick Lansing. Rick has long been a wild card in Port Charles. His legal smarts and shady alliances make him a dangerous foe and a complicated ally. While he's been lying low recently, insiders hint that Rick may resurface in a way that threatens Ava's carefully constructed life. Could Rick uncover a secret that Ava is desperate to protect? And if so, will Ava silence him permanently? The murder theory. Speculation is swirling that Rick's return won't last long, because Ava may decide he's simply too dangerous to keep alive. Given her history of eliminating threats, it's not far-fetched to imagine Ava committing the ultimate crime again. But Ava has learned from her past. She knows that killing someone in Port Charles is never the hardest part. It's covering it up afterward that really puts her at risk. Enter Kristina Corinthos Davis. Why Kristina? At first glance, Kristina seems like an unlikely accomplice. She's the daughter of Alexis Davis and Sonny Corinthos, two heavyweights in Port Charles. She's also known for her compassionate, if sometimes impulsive, nature. But it's that very impulsiveness and her deep-rooted desire to prove herself that could draw her into Ava's orbit. Kristina has always lived in the shadow of her siblings. Molly is the straight-A perfectionist, and Sam is the fierce and resourceful PI. Kristina, meanwhile, often struggles to find her own place. She's had her fair share of rebellious phases, messy romances, and self-destructive choices. Helping Ava cover up a crime could be her way of asserting control over her own life, while proving that she's capable of keeping dangerous secrets, just like the rest of her family. Ava manipulates Kristina. Ava is nothing if not cunning. She knows how to read people, and she's skilled at using their vulnerabilities to her advantage. Spoilers suggest Ava may sense Kristina's desire to belong and twist it to her benefit. Perhaps Ava will frame the murder as an accident, something that just happened, in the heat of the moment. By spinning the situation in a way that makes Kristina believe they're protecting each other, Ava could pull her into the cover-up. Imagine Kristina stumbling upon Ava in a panic, blood on her hands, Rick's lifeless body nearby. Kristina, terrified but desperate to help, may act before she has time to think. Maybe she helps Ava move the body, clean up evidence, or even provide an alibi. By the time Kristina realizes the magnitude of her actions, it could be too late to back out. The fallout. If Kristina does help Ava, the consequences could be explosive. Sonny's wrath. Sonny would be furious to learn that his daughter is mixed up in Ava's mess, especially if it involves murder. Their already complicated relationship could be shattered. Alexis's heartbreak. Alexis has always fought to keep her daughters safe. Finding out that Kristina is aiding a killer could devastate her. Sam and Molly's reactions. Sam might understand the impulse to protect someone you care about, but Molly, the moral compass of the Davis family, would be horrified. And let's not forget, Rick Lansing has deep ties in Port Charles. His disappearance or sudden death would trigger questions from people like Liz, Sonny, and even Jason. If Kristina is tied to Ava's cover-up, the entire Davis family could be pulled into a storm of suspicion. Could this be the story that defines Kristina? Kristina has often been sidelined in Port Charles, but this potential storyline could finally give her the complexity and screen time she deserves. Becoming Ava's reluctant partner in crime would thrust Kristina into the heart of the drama, testing her loyalty to her family while pushing her into darker, uncharted territory. Will she sink deeper into Ava's manipulations, or will she ultimately find the strength to confess and save herself? Either way, fans can expect fireworks when Kristina and Ava's fates become entwined in Rick's potential murder plot.